Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking all behind the scenes. My name is Marty Mone and we're going to be talking to this man, the Irish Stig, and we're going to get some information. And we're also going to be talking to this man, Colm Nolan, trucker, stunt driver, director, and also known as the Bandit. Hope you enjoy.
Stay tuned.
Scene 1, take 80.
Happy enough, Colm?
Happy enough. What was the hair, Marty? I got it.
Hair's good.
I got it washed and blow dried, but I think they blew the half of it away, to be honest.
I never got snipping mine yet, but we'll get around to it later on. Get Christmas over.
Yeah, boy.
I think that's all right.
Ah, you're lovely looking.
Ah, brilliant. All right. Well, folks, here we are today in a very special interview, and we are here with a man a lot of you might know as Colm Nolan, and some of you might know him as the Bandit. So, Colm, how's things?
Marty, things is good. Things is good. Hey, we got the turkey at any. That's the main thing.
That's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing, is right.
Yeah,
hey?
it was pretty good for a couple of days, wasn't it? Just to chill out.
Oh, it's good to get a lot of days off. Hey,
getting calmed down after a bit of madness, a bit of a mad year between trucking and shooting videos.
Yeah. We'll give next year a miss, Marty.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, I don't know. I think once we get a break for a month, I think we're all just mad to get back. That's the funny thing. It's like once you get one big project over, you're like, I'm not going to do that again. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you know what we'll do? We'll go again. Fuck it.
Whenever the phone rang this morning, I says, what is up this man's sleeve now? He says, come out, the kettle's on, I need to talk to you. But look,
well, it's normally, sometimes it can be you ringing me, so this is how the directing thing goes on. It seems to be between the two of us.
Lucky enough, it's only an interview, there's no madness.
Yeah. No, well, not yet. So we're going to talk a wee bit today about behind the scenes of all the videos we have shot. So Colm actually is a big help in organising, directing, stunt driving, and organising stunt driving.
Organising the stunt driving, not the stunt driving.
Some stunt driving.
Stunt drivers over there.
All right. Oh, is he here too?
We'll keep him for later on.
Right. All right. Okay, that's grand. So that's good. We'll have to hear more about that. I'm interested now about who this is.
Get him geared up later on.
Right. Okay.
He's writing down his notes.
That's good. That's good. We'll have to see what the crack is about that, because there is some stuff, even though I do most of the editing of these videos, sometimes you just really don't know who's behind the steering wheel of a lot of yokes. So as long as it happens, as long as I get the shot, I'll be happy. And it's only todays like this that you start actually asking questions. So
that's right.
That's good. So we're going to find out a bit of
a lot of people has asked you about this.
A lot of people has asked about.
And we're going to put it to bed today.
Yes, exactly. So I suppose it all started off with a wee song called Slip the Clutch. So I think we're going to get more into that, and we're going to find out a wee bit more behind the scenes of the original Slip the Clutch in 2015. So we'll get dived in and see how we go.
That's all right, Marty. No problem.
All right. So it's take 1 and scene 2. There's nobody using the clipper over here, but it's Christmas holidays.
They're still off. That's
Marty.
That's
the problem.
Staff's still in the beer. Still in the drink. They're on cover. They might come in on Thursday.
Jesus, and all we got is tea.
Aye.
Are you happy enough tea there, Colm?
Oh, dead on.
Good man.
Dead on, 100%.
So, down to a wee bit of the history behind Slip the Clutch, the original one in 2015. So I suppose it all started off, I didn't hit the diff at the end of 2014, and I knew I was going to have to get another song, and I was going to do a tractor song, but after doing the maths on the whole thing of trucks and the amount of trucks in the UK and Ireland, I decided to hit with a truck song called Slip the Clutch. So I had it all wrote, the whole thing was going well. A lot of the videos shot, but it was just missing something. So I decided I need two things. I need lady drivers, and I need some bit of a stunts man to do a bit of drifting and a bit of stunt driving. So I worked with a man called Neil Boyd, who knew this man, and he said, I know the man for this job, so he put me on to Colm. And he says he's going to be at the Mone truck show. So I met Colm at the truck show, and the bell Colm says, you leave that with me until tomorrow morning. Was that sort of how it went, Colm?
Yeah, you come up to me and you says, look, Colm, you know me and all, sorry, obviously, who doesn't know you, Marty, and you says to me, I'm doing this new song, and I knew you'd hit the diff, but you says, I'm doing this new lorry song, and you're in the Glencairn, the Monaghan show, and he says, look, I just need something to give her the bang, just give her the opening scene.
Yes.
And I says, right, that's dead on, Marty. I says, I know a real good stunt driver. I says, leave it me, I'll organise something, and we'll get something sorted. I says, give me a ring in the morning. And
that's right.
You looked at me as much as say, in the morning. It's not going to take you a week to do this.
It was a bit quick, all right, but I was very glad to hear it because the pressure was on to get the song out. Christmas was coming, and that song, the album, was going on the album, so I was a very glad man to hear it. But I was shocked to hear that it was going to be done so quick. So so it was based the next morning. I think I rung you the next morning. You give me a time, wasn't it?
Aye, that's right. You rung me the next morning. You probably didn't think I was up for the, but between friends in low places and friends in high places, we'll not just. We got the lorry sorted, and it wasn't the lorry we actually wanted. To be honest, I really wanted to do it at a 143, and was sort of a 143 and a 164 man by heart. But there's a bit of a story to that. We couldn't get the 143 started, and it's not like them not to start.
Yes.
But she actually wouldn't start for some reason. So between me and the stunt man, we actually had got another lorry sorted.
Right. Okay.
And then, as you say, you rang the next morning. I says to you, we're running a bit late, but we're en route.
Yes.
Meet me at a time in a certain place. We'll not just go into that. And I'll have all sorted.
Yes.
And sure, you landed, and what happened then, Marty?
Yeah, well, I suppose it was all a bit. As doing my own camera work, sometimes you can be a bit stressed. But when I got out of the car, I heard the screeching of the tyres. Barely time to get the camera on, and I think I have a clip which I'm going to show now here over this. Fuck. Of me running with the camera pointing to the ground, trying to get on and trying to get the lorry, and just as I lift the camera, there the lorry come around the corner, fully sideways. And I have to say now, it was one of them random one chance shots.
It was a one chance.
Yes, a one chance shot, and I wanted a lorry drifting, and I got a lorry drifting. So there you go. Yeah,
I remember you saying to me too, Marty. F you call him anyway. Jeez, I near missed that there. We'll maybe not get the second bit of it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth. If you really look at the video close, you have to look at it very close actually, to be honest. But there's actually a bit where she actually goes out of control. We actually went for a second go at it, and she went actually off in the video.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That was a bit. Yeah, that was
a bit too cocky, as to say.
So basically, I remember that we just had to keep with this truck. That's all I remember.
That's right.
Try to stay with this truck.
Try to stay with her.
I wasn't really sure what the plan was, and all that I did was I kept the camera rolling, and I kept
following her, and that was.
And after the scene of that little bit of a slide out, which adds to the thing of the that's what I was looking for as well in the words of the song, of busting the gearbox and things just going badly
and
wrong.
Slipping the clutch.
So we wanted to go wrong, but not too badly wrong that the yoke ended up in the field upside down or something.
That's
like
right.
But
that's right.
The thing about that was after we got that one done, the lorry slid onto the open road and gone. So I had one chance. It was a wet morning as well, and I have to say it.
And you didn't even really get to thank the stunt driver on the day.
I never got to do nothing except go back and hope the hell that I had the camera on for it when it was happening.
That's
and lucky enough it was. Yeah. So are you going to tell me who the stunt driver is?
Well, no, we'll get him to talk. We'll get him. Look, he's playing with your guitar over there. Put that down. you break it. Leave it alone for a minute. Get back to the notes. Thanks. Marty, you get to talk to him, and you can thank him the day, because he's very, very hard to get, to be honest. I was actually lucky to get him that morning to do that, to be honest. And he just said, look, this will be a 5-minute job, and I'm gone.
Yeah, and then the wee bit of madness, it definitely won. It definitely worked.
Definitely worked, yeah.
I have to say now, So it's just a pity he won't give me a name. But anyway, you said...
Oh, you can ask him later on himself. He'll tell you all who he is.
That's good. Yeah, so that was the story of the bell slipped the clutch. Yeah, so fair play to Colm. I really appreciate the bit of organising.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, hey.
Yeah, brilliant.
It was the start of many's an organising.
It was, which we're actually going to go on and talk a wee bit about the next few stunts as well. So, stay with us, and we'll tell you more about the next few songs that we pulled off as well. So there you go. Yeah. Tea's getting a bit cold at this stage, but once again, it's Christmas. The chefs are off, so.
And I'm not making any more teas.
No, that's it. So the Cottage studio has got very quiet over the Christmas season, but we like to keep going on anyway.
No, plough on, Marty.
Plough on. Leave the taco in and keep her lit. So so the next scene then was a wee bit of
Tachograph was turning black.
Exactly, it is turning black at the minute. I think there's a break needed. After Slip the Clutch, we actually done another slower song, Bet and Dream. You were involved in that too, Colm, with the Ruby Red Bullnose.
Not just overly as much was
Yeah.
involved in that, but there's a couple, maybe one
Yeah.
or two wee clips
Yeah.
of it, and I suppose it was all down to, I suppose Colin been silly just to got the door cards done on the
Yeah.
inside of her, and it was
Yeah.
it was the word of your song,
Yeah,
Marty.
better than a dream.
Better
Yeah.
than a dream, and
Yeah.
look, I know a lot of people maybe wouldn't really
Yeah.
understand, but
Yeah.
hey, when you're in that trucking game,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
people in the digger game, the
Yeah.
trucking game,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
sort of do a job you like,
Yeah.
and it's something
Yeah.
young ones even still coming on, young lads that's following you in the music business and all, and
That's right, yeah.
the dream of driving lorries.
It is a dream. That was a wee bit like me with my own truck gig, and I always wanted to gig and keep the trucking thing and sort of do it together. Same thing.
Yeah.
I've bet and dream rode across the front window of the truck. Same as you with the door cards. So I sort of really get that, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you spend your whole life dreaming of doing something like that or a certain type of a job, and once you're doing it, then they reckon once you like what you do, you never have to really work. So
That's right. Yeah. Oh,
So-
hi, that's exactly what they say, Marty. And funny, I had to put that up on a couple of bits of snaps now and
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Get a job you love and you'll never work
Yeah, that's
another
it.
day in your
Yeah,
life. You know what I'm saying? And
So-
it is true.
yeah, that was a much easier one than the next one we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
The next one actually took a year of this next project to complete and a lot of organisation, but the next one we're going to talk about is truck and roll, so we're going to give you a bit of info of that, of the stunts and the crack, so yeah, stick around, hope you're enjoying the crack, and we'll give you a bit of info on the truck and roll production, so yeah, hope you enjoy. So now we're on to the truck and roll song, which was a big one. It took over a year to shoot the video for it, so I decided at the start of 2020 that we needed another truck song because they seemed to like it. A lot of fans for the trucking, well, and the tractors, but the trucking's big too. So I decided to shoot a song called Truck and Roll, and I had my own 580 out doing gigs all over England and Ireland at the time. So it took over a year. I had the camera with me shooting all over the place, flat out. So it was a year's video shoot. So there was some editing, I'll tell you, but it still was missing something. So then once again, I had a call on the bow column to get the thing sorted. So you're only after just taking home.
Me and the brother. Yeah.
Right. Trans Am, yeah.
Trans Am, Marty. Suppose like a lot of things. Look, at people want Mark II escorts and they want twin cams, and me and the brother, Jonathan, grew up watching Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of ones watching this here maybe would know what Smokey and the Bandit is, and a lot of ones don't. But look, everybody to their own. And I suppose Marty's one of them things. Same thing. If you work hard and dream big, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I always would love a Trans Am. And spent years working, saving me and himself, and eventually got there, Marty, and we got one. And I remember coming to you saying about this Trans Am was landed, and you says, no way, lad, and you knew what Smoking the Bandit was, and
I was a big fan of that, and it's still very hard to beat it as a film, and even the music, you know.
It'll never go old, Marty.
It'll never grow old. And when you told me about the Trans Am, I went to myself, this could be an opportunity here now. So
because you're in the middle, you had your song near wrote, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it was nearly wrote, but as I always be tweaking the lyrics right up to the end, you know, of a production, because I record myself, so you can change lyrics up to the last day before you master it, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And so I decided, I was at a Full of the Pipe truck show, and it just so happened my truck and the Smokey and the Bandit lorry, there was actually a lorry there.
That's right, by George Matthews.
That's right, George Matthews, that's it.
Owns that lorry, that's right.
Brilliant machine, and I just got a wee clip of it on my own sitting. So that was already just happened that way.
Yeah.
But so then when you said you had the Trans Am, I says to myself, the lads have a car that's going to fit in here lovely. So I decided then we'll go mad with it if you were up for it. So you were. So
you wrote a few more lyrics then to suit.
Now at this point now you were doing the stunt driving now, yes.
We're definitely can't deny that one.
So that's it. So as I said in the slip the clutch, there wasn't really much. It was more of organise the truck and God knows what's going to happen after that. But at this stage, then you had the bit of organising and the directing. So so you organised and started in the directing of the car with the Trans Am. So that was a good day's crack.
That was a good day's crack, and I have to think a wee fella, Mone of MVT, gave us the use of his yard.
Yeah.
For to do the thing right and do the thing safe. And
that's right, and it was a good place for it, yeah.
It was a good place for it, and that's where we shot the bit of stunt driving, and and I suppose, Marty, it's back to sort of slip the clutch in a way, because you had a call for the bit of girl driving too, and Kerry was in that one, I think, as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
Kerry
she?
was in that in his right. That was a lorry that Kerry was driving at the time. In the first original Slip the Clutch, it was actually Gina McGoldrick that was the main driver in that one.
That's right.
Kerry was driving in it, but then Kerry was the main driver in this one, then actually driving a lorry she was driving at the time. So
Yeah.
and the wee bit of CB crack.
The wee bit of CB crack, yeah.
So that's how that came about, I suppose.
I suppose that's where ones then started nicknaming me the Bandit.
Yeah, well, I have a funny notion that you were called the Bandit long before that, but I don't know.
That's sort of icing on the cake, Marty.
Yeah,
Would that have been it?
a lot of the stories of why, I suppose, we'll not even talk about.
No,
but
no.
there's only so much we can talk about here today. But anyway,
Yeah.
but no, you were. I think you were sort of to the closer friends. I think you were always known as the Bandit. But then after that, then that's where the would have crossed over into fans of what I did. You know,
Started to follow me a bit.
yes,
That's right,
exactly.
Marty. Yeah.
So now you're sort of known as that. The Trans Am car and the whole that. So
Yeah.
and you do drive a bullnose truck, which is more
And the
American.
ruby red bullnose truck,
Yeah,
everybody sort of started getting to know it too, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So it's that's the story in that. So so it was pretty cool. It took a year to do it, but we got a shot, and once again you didn't fail. You got her done.
No, we got her done.
Yeah.
We got her done.
So that was the starting of the bit of the directing and the crack, and which led us on to the next project, which was a new version of Slip the Clutch.
A new version of Slip the Clutch,
Which
right?
this is where your directing really cut in then. This is where I really needed the help. And so we're going to tell you a wee bit of a story about it. So we decided to push things a bit further. I don't know where we're going to go after this one, by the way, but I know. The tea is now turned into dirty water, just I think.
Yeah. And our director, he is still off on holidays, so we'll just set this here, Marty, because we sort of have to do all ourselves here with people still on holidays.
That's it. So now we've moved on to the latest project, which was a big one. This was actually one of the quickest videos ever shot, whereas the other ones was taken up to a year, but this was quicker but bigger, which is a different way of looking at it, I suppose. But I suppose in the original Slip the Clutch, I didn't actually know of many bullnose trucks, so there was just a mix of all kinds of trucks. But in this one here, I went to do the new version of it, and I suppose I wasn't really prepared. I was doing a lot of recording at it. I wasn't really prepared and didn't really have the info. So once again, I got on to this man, Colm Nolan, for a bit of a hand. So I asked him to organise and sort out and direct a video shoot in short notice. So I suppose that's how it really started, wasn't it?
Was Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to actually organise? There was 27? 26?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
26 bullnose trucks with trailers. So there's a bit of organising, even getting a place to hold them.
Sort of have to tell the truth here now, Marty, on the day of the Senate. We had talked about this, and I said, look, Marty, that Slip the Clutch to you was a great song, but it was really about bullnoses.
Yeah, well, that's right.
And then you come to me and said, yeah, Colm, but do you know of any local bullnoses?
Yeah.
And I says, leave it with me for a week or so, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
But your Colm, you had rang me in a couple of weeks later, and to tell you the truth, I said to you I was working on it.
Yeah.
And Marty, it had gone out of my head.
Yes,
So the pressure was on, and you says, right, but sure, look, I'll give you a ring in a few days. And I goes, how am I going to do this? But I knew for a few, maybe 10 or 15 out of the ones that was there, I had knew them. I knew them personally.
Yeah.
So I says to myself, I just can't ring here, I'm Colm and I'm looking at bullnose to make a video. There'll be Colm who, what, and they'll just put the phone down.
Yeah.
So studying one night at the house, and the next thing I started to ring the next day, Marty, and got a right log of contacts, and I said, is Colm working on behalf of Marty MoneMUSIC?
Which you were,
Which I was.
Yeah.
And I knew then they were all listening.
Yeah.
And fair play to everybody. Like, Marty, I suppose you couldn't have done it partly without me, but I couldn't have done it without the people that turned up.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Definitely, and a big thanks to them all, because
and it takes the fans.
It took a bit of effort now.
It took a bit of effort. And to be honest, there wasn't too many let me down.
Yeah.
They all turned up.
Yeah.
And we had a good day.
Yeah,
and
we did, yeah.
And everything went well, and everything went according to plan. And as I say, I want to take this opportunity. I know we thanked you on the day, but to thank each and every one of you that turned up at the bullnoses.
Yeah, well, it definitely,
because a lot of you come.
Well,
there's one certain man come from London. There's another man come out of Wales. They just weren't up the road 2 or 3 mile away, Marty.
Yeah,
And
it definitely was. It was a big challenge for a lot of them there.
It was a
and
big
especially some of the
challenge.
loads. There was low loaders with special loads and diggers and all.
There
this.
was.
So it wasn't just like, oh, let's just take the lorry in the bounce. It was like had to hook into trailers and get special.
there was
trailers.
one man, he loaded the digger out of the field that morning.
Yeah.
He come on and he didn't even get time to wash or not.
Which was I was looking for that anyway. So
Yes,
that
that's
added
right.
that added a lot of feel to the thing. You know, a lot of weight to the thing.
He didn't want to come with his own trailer because they said it wouldn't just look right. So, and then somebody said to him, "Who owns the digger?" And he says, "I don't really know, but I need to get it left back before the before the video's finished, in case the guards come looking at it." But no, Marty, it probably took me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To answer your question to get a final date for everybody and a date that suited everybody. Look, I suppose we're never going to maybe get that opportunity again to have that amount of trucks in the one place.
It just seemed to work out very well because I was flat out on top of my head and like no way could I have, wouldn't have the contacts anyway.
Yeah.
As I said, mostly music am at the minute, and so it was actually brilliant. So definitely a big thanks to all the truckers because it was that busy on the day. We were thanking people, but it wasn't. But a massive achievement to get that amount. And the biggest problem I had then was that you did pull off your end of it. Then my problem was the cameras.
You were doing your own camera crew.
Yeah, so it was camera angles then.
And
once the trucks hit the road, the problem that we had was how are we going to get from A to B, C without wasting the whole truck run, the whole truck route.
And keep the trucks together.
Yeah, so
close.
it actually took us, there was 2 to 3 meetings we had with the Jeeps and the cars.
Two or three meetings and going around the roads to make sure the roads, suppose the roads were suitable to keep the convoy flowing.
Yeah, but
we didn't want to block up the roads.
But there was some roads blocked to try to keep them all. It sort of suited, but we had people blocking roads and camera crew moving from A to B to C to D. 26 bullnoses leaving a shop like that, especially in the convoy along the main roads. You can only tell the length, especially with bullnoses and low loaders and fridges and stuff. So tankers and everything. So it was pretty cool. So it was cool to have all the trailers involved.
That's right.
That was the big challenge as well, which I was very impressed with. So fair play to you.
Aye, they come with the trailers, or it just wasn't like a truck run.
Exactly. So a lot of people seem to be interested in that. So it was fair play to you. A lot of work. Yeah, and you were driving yourself also in the bullnose.
I was driving my bullnose, Marty,
and you had the cattle trailer on it.
The cattle trailer on behind her, and sure, it looked the part. Yeah, it worked good. And the weather stayed with us just about.
It was one of them kind of just a 2 or 3 hour hits, and
that's right.
One of the fastest. But we had a lot of cameras. I think there was 14 cameras. So and a lot of cars to keep moving about. And so in the middle of the whole thing, then you did come up with a mad stunt, and I was very cagey about whether it would work or not. So Colin decided here that he was going to shoot on a bridge. But the lorries were going to be going onto the bridge and over the bridge at the one time.
That's right.
But I have to say, fair play, that did work.
You weren't too confident in this.
You had to be the lead. Only you were the leading driver, but I don't think it would. You had to slow up a lot to try to get the whole thing to merge, and then speed up, slow up, and speed up.
That's right.
Which was another challenge. And at that stage, we had to make sure that the camera crew was from the last spot to that spot. And you also had...
We broke the convoy up.
Yeah, so the trucks couldn't stop because they were in the middle of a main road with a wire in the middle of it.
That's right.
So the challenge we had there, once you brought it up, I goes, this is probably... Because I didn't think we'd be even fit to get there in time.
Yeah.
So all the camera crew had to be to that point.
Yeah.
You had to be crossing and they had to be going on there. So there was a lot of phone call and CB work.
Yes. And I had to be in contact with the first lorry that was going onto the bridge as I was going over the bridge to make it work.
So I think there was 6 camera angles at that one, but...
There was.
So we barely made it, but we did make it. So once the lorry started the move from the shop in Monaghan town, the whole way to Blaney, once they were on the road, we couldn't really stop them, except twice there was 2 hard shoulders were fit to do it.
2 hard shoulders, that's right.
Yeah. So that worked out all right, but it was a challenge, but good crack.
It worked well, and we pulled it off.
Yeah,
as we do.
Yeah, as we do.
If we say we're going to do a job, we're going to do it. No,
it's the way it happens, like.
It's the way it happens.
So now the challenge is, you can comment below. What would you like to see us organise next? Is the next thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Yeah, and
where do we stop?
We're thinking that ourselves. I suppose we better not say too much. No. We still haven't found out the name of this driver in the original Slip the Clutch. Are you going to tell us, or what's happening?
I'll get him over here now, Marty. He's giving me the thumbs up.
Happy enough?
I think he's
right.
He's after lifting up he's good.
He's good to go.
You can interview him now in a few minutes. He's good. You can talk to him about the
And are you giving me the name before he comes over?
Or you can ask him yourself.
Right. Still no name, but we're getting
Oh
there.
no, it's not up. It's not up to me. That's separate from me.
Right. Okay.
And we're putting this to bed today.
Right. Separate from you.
Aye, and that's it. Today is finished. Once this is done, that's put to bed.
This must be a special man because we never. 6 years ago, 6 years, and we still haven't got a name, and he's still not given the name. So this is a very special character. We're taking him next wherever he is. So
yeah.
I'm interested. It's kind of mad to be shooting videos and actually not knowing who's in the videos half the time. But that's it's weird. It's good crack at the same time. So we'll have to find out more, and hopefully he'll tell us.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was sort of the story. We have another couple of ideas, but we better not say too much with the next ideas. We're pulling off all kinds of stunts.
I suppose we're going to ask the audience, where would you like to see us, or what would you like to see us doing next?
Yeah, comment below. And,
comment below.
Yeah, so we have a couple of ideas. We'll not say too much yet. And yeah, I suppose. Are you afraid of flying, no?
No, I'm not afraid of flying.
Right,
no.
okay, well that's good.
But tell me this, we'll have to ask him, do we need him? Do we need to take this boy with us?
Do you trust him after the...
Oh, well, she didn't wreck her. He held her on the roundabout.
Yeah, well that's it. I suppose even if the runway has a corner...
Shaking the head over there. I don't know if that means yes or no, Marty. But
even if the runway had a corner, he'd be happy enough.
Aye, that's right. That's right.
So, yes, that's the story. Comment below where you'd like to see us next. Getting Colm into the directing seat again. And, yeah. So, as you can see over here. So, yeah. So, that's the story. So, on to our next candidate, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll get him over and I suppose we'll just call that a wrap with me. And Marty, thanks I want to take this opportunity for having me involved with.
Oh yeah, no, and thank you for doing it. Thank you for doing it.
I love it. That's
well, that's it. I love it. It's always a challenge, isn't it? But it's good. So yeah, you're the man to get stuff done. So so as I said, we'll keep at it. And thanks very much for all the directing and the organising. And we'll see with this next man. I don't know if he's interested in again or not, but we'll see. And we'll have to just take it from there. So so we'll get on to our next character, and we're finally going to find out who drifted the lorry in the original Slip the Clutch. So stay tuned. He's up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally going to get to meet the man that drifted the lorry in the first original Slip the Clutch. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the stunt driver. Here we are. Hello, sir. Thank you very much for coming in to meet us today. It is a pleasure. Okay. It's great to have you here after all these years, 6 years. We're actually waiting to actually get to meet you. And a lot of fans have been asking, who has been driving the truck, in the original Slip the Clutch on the roundabout, because it's a very steady slide right round. So it's one of them things that is hard enough to do and keep it in that position without losing control. So very, very good. So I just want to thank you for coming in here today. Thank you very much. And can you just tell me and the fans who's been asking your name, please? Right, okay, fair enough. So have you done many videos like this? Or is this was it the first one you done, or have you done many since actually? Any info on that? No? Okay. Okay, I suppose that's okay. Right, in the lorry, a lot of fans have been asking this, was it a manual or an automatic gearbox? And that's a big question because sometimes, the manual you can sort of select. Automatic, I suppose you can go Tiptronic and that there as well, but it is a bit more confusing as opposed to the point of just keeping the thing right. Was it a manual or an automatic? Can you sort of reveal? Right. No info on that. Okay. We'll move on to the next question. What actually gear were you in? If Tiptronic or manual, can you reveal what gear maybe? No? No. So we'll just have to, suppose, guess that as well. Now, since I did hit the diff, one of the big questions on it as well, which I'd say it probably was, but we'd like to just get a final sort of the truth about it. I wrote a song called Hit the Diff. So in this question, had you got the diff on while doing the drift in the roundabout, or was it just one of them kind of things that just the tower was right, or no? Right. We'll just have to go with wherever we think there ourselves. So how many years have you been driving as a stunt driver in trucks, or is it just trucks, or is it cars and tractors? Right. All right, no info on that. Well, I suppose we'll leave it at that then. As I said, it's great to meet you, and hopefully, if you're willing, we'll get you involved in another couple of stunts. So, as I said, thank you very much, and there you go, folks. We finally have met the stunt driver in the original Slip the Clutch. So, we never got a lot of information yet about our exactly names or that, but I see over here it says Irish Stig, but that's all the information I can see. Irish Bandit, yeah, that's Colm. Irish Stig, but that's all, no name. So anyway, we'll just have to leave it at that. So as I said, thank you very much for calling in to see us. That's okay. There you go, folks. That's about it. That's the only information we get on the Ridge and Slip the Clutch. So thanks for watching along, and as I said, we hope to get more information of this man maybe again some other time. Hopefully it'll go a bit better. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Keep her lit, keep hitting the diff, and slipping the clutch. Good luck.
Scene 3, the Stig takes no shit.